Okay, let's get started. As this is exactly our topic, how to get started. You know all those people. It doesn't have to be in marketing. You see it amongst your friends. That one person that is always having great plans about that she wants to start a business or that he wants to move to another place. And many people talk about that they want to leave their toxic relationship. And you hear them talking and you hear them complaining, but they are not changing anything. They are not getting things done. So how come there's people who get things done and others that are only talk? How come that people seem to be paralyzed in not taking action? And of course, many people try to figure out scientifically what's behind that. And there's that one answer that you maybe heard. It's your personality. And so when it's your personality, then you cannot change it, no? It's the genes, no? It's not. I mean, some people even say it's 0% in your genes. It's all created by your surroundings. And some people say, okay, it's 50-50. 50% genes and 50% what you learned from the people you were surrounded with. And these were, for and foremost, your parents. If you were grown in a poor family, you maybe learned that it's not easy to make money. When you grow up in a rich family, there was always money, and your father or your mother always took some money to invest it in a certain business, so money would grow, while others say money doesn't grow on trees. So it doesn't have to be the one example with money, but it's the most prominent. Let's pick another example that's been clear. If your mother, after your work, always worked for charity for another 3 hours or whatever, or she was invested in a specific hobby, then you're more likely to do the same thing. When you always saw your father with a beer in front of the television, you're more likely to adapt this habit as well, because it gives you security. Then you're more accepted by your family. Same thing, family or friends. Maybe the friends you hung out with at school were quite fanatic about doing sports, about being active. Maybe they were in a soccer team, whatever. So you're more likely to adapt that lifestyle. You know what I'm talking about? It's the surroundings. And many people even say, you are the sum of the 5 people you hang out with. It's not quite like that, because you don't have to hang out with people to adapt their lifestyle. You can also watch them on social media. When you see someone who always eats healthy, you're likely to do the same. If you are following people who are always complaining, you adopt these kind of thinkings. So, if you're not into getting things done, you can change that. And as a leader, you have to change that. You can unlearn your old personality and you can learn a new one by adopting new habits. And when you're a leader, I mean, that's what you need to teach to your people. So let's say you come from a family, from surroundings that are more conservative. Like, I grew up in a small town where nothing really happens, and I decided to pack my things and live in another city and then move to even another bigger city. And I ended up in Hamburg. And in my hometown, it was imaginable to go there as a tourist, yes, but not live there because it's too expensive. It's not a safe space, too many people, too many traffic. I mean, people could not imagine that I would live there. They didn't even believe me that I want to move there. So I did that, and I changed the way I live some other times more, because it kind of became natural to me. Also with my work, what I do is what every interim manager does, to be in different workplaces. Sometimes to have 2 or 3 clients at a time that you consult. and to be really flexible about how to adapt to different mindsets in different companies. And this became natural for me, but I didn't come from such a place. I needed to change, I needed to adapt. And so can you. Sometimes an impulse comes from a book or from a friend, from a mentor. And in these days, it comes from YouTube, where you see how other people have a completely different lifestyle. And you say, okay, I want to learn this. How can I learn this? And at your company, do you things like you always used to do them? Do you want to change something? Do you know that the world has changed and now you need to adapt? If that's interesting for you, let's have a talk.